How do we add the Juggernaut to Marvel Rivals without making him be a clone of Hulk or Thanos? That is the big question. He needs to be more than just punches and a big health bar. In this video, we will discuss his abilities. This would be including a momentum-based charge, a unique combo system, headshot immunity, a team up with Doctor Strange, and wall running, just to name a few. My name is Will, and let's break it down. But before we get into that, go ahead and comment down who you would like to see come to Marvel Rivals. First off, he is 100% a Vanguard. But as I mentioned in my Thanos video, the issue is overlap. Big guy with big fist usually plays the same. To fix this, Juggernaut isn't just about hitting hard, he's about momentum and mixing it up. His primary fire isn't just a loop of punches. Think of a fighting game. He has his main punch and a kick that you can interchange between the two, mixing up combos and doing a lot of different damage, keeping them on their toes. His next ability is, of course, a power-up, where he will simply increase his damage by using the power of Sidorak. This will, of course, double his power for a limited time, but also means that he does 2 punches at the same time. His first ability is Momentum Charge. Well, what does this mean? Easy. It means he starts off slow and slowly builds up. Like they say, the Juggernaut is unstoppable when he starts to move. With this ability, anything and everything in your way gets destroyed. This includes group walls, currently Emma's ice wall, and anything that physically would block him from moving. The moment he starts moving, that thing gets destroyed, regardless of how much health it has. However, it does take time. You build up slowly, walking, then jogging, then running, over the course of 5 to 6 seconds. Once in the full charge, he can be able to kidnap people simply by running into them. If he slams into a wall, he deals massive damage, depending on who he kidnapped. If you play a strategist or a duelist, half your health will be gone. If you play a Vanguard, also half your health will be gone. Once he starts running, he doesn't stop. Even if you want him to. Takes about the same time to start up. It does to slow down. 5 to 6 seconds. However, once he starts running, he'll keep running. Forever. Unless some things do stop him. Obviously, CC. Granted, he's supposed to be immune to CC. Obviously, nothing can stop him. But then again, this is Marvel Rivals, and Coronium could, have a little bit of tweaks to his unique abilities. And after you stop using it, it's on a 20-second cooldown, just to keep it balanced and fair. After all, we can't have him running around forever, can we? Also, while charging, he does destroy the environment. If it's breakable, it gets destroyed. His next ability is a simple one, uppercut. Simply punch people in front of you into the air. With this, you could be able to displace people, so that way they could get kidnapped either by Angela or by Bucky's hook, or knock them out of the way of a shield that is protecting them, so that way other teammates can do damage to them. The next ability is Quake, and there are 2 versions of this. This being associated also with his jump button. Why is that? Well, if you simply double jump with him and use Quake, you only do a little bit of damage as you do essentially a belly flop. However, due to the fact that he can wall run, he can also get as high as he'd like to, and if he drops from that height, he will do even more damage, including stunning anybody trapped within his AoE field. However, to balance this, he is not very quiet. Where Venom and Iron Fist can run and are somewhat quiet, he is not. You hear him coming, and you will know that he's going to be there very quickly. It does, however, consume his charge ability, but the damage would be a lot. So, it's a trade-off. Sacrifice 2 abilities, potentially do a lot of damage to an entire team. His next ability is Toss. Simply put, just like Emma, he would grab you. However, unlike Emma, who can simply grab you, slam you, and kick you, he grabs you and can do one of three things depending on his input. Either he throws you into the enemy team, doing a lot of damage, as it'll be a charge up, and if he hits somebody directly, massive damage. If not, AoE for anybody that's caught within the effect. Second one, just like Quake, he'll toss them up, except a lot higher, and they'll be partially stunned for maybe a second or two, so that way they can't just simply escape. The last one is Slam. This one, as it says, would slam you into the ground. Anybody around you will take a lot of damage, and the main person gets stunned. So you could imagine seeing somebody flying in the sky, you grab their teammate, and you just throw them at them. Sounds fun. Better play catch. Now that we have his abilities out of the way, this being Charge, Uppercut, Quake, and Toss, each with their own extra effects, what is his passive? Obviously, he has a big helmet. He's immune to headshot damage. All headshot damage. Whoa, crazy. You can't do headshot damage? No. However, he does take double damage if you shoot him in the back. A nice way to balance it out. After all, if he tries to run away from you, then he's open to attack. He shouldn't be running in the first place. This is the Juggernaut we're talking about. He's not a coward. He would be punished for that. So now that we have that out of the way, who would be his team up with? We have many options, but the best ones obviously would be Doctor Strange. He kind of needs a little bit of help. And after all, he does use the Crimson Bands of Cyttorak. Well, who else has Cyttorak's power? Juggernaut. By combining those two powers, you would give Doctor Strange an extra ability, and of course, Juggernaut would get a passive of doing a little extra damage, and his cooldowns would be slightly reduced. What ability would Doctor Strange get? Easy. It would simply capture an enemy if it's thrown at, and keep him there in place for some time. After all, just like in the movie, those bands do not let you go. It locks you out completely of any ultimate or abilities, and unless it is destroyed or the timer for it runs out, you are not going anywhere. However, to balance it out, it is a skill check. You do have to land it, and it has to hit somebody. Alright, so now we have all of those done. His abilities to his team up. What is his ultimate? Unstoppable Force. What does this mean? It means he grows. With the power of the Cyttorak gem, he grows big. In the comics, he became 80 feet tall when using 80% of its power. Obviously, we're not going to have him be that big, but he's definitely going to be a lot bigger than the Hulk. Say, maybe about 2 to 3 times. Makes him a bigger target, yes. However, he then triples in his speed and damage just to help offset it. But he only has one ability, aside from punching, his Charge. But his Charge, however, does not take a build-up. It is instant. And instead of taking one person, it takes 3. So if you're able to capture somebody, say 2 strategists and 1 tank, how would the damage be applied? The tank has the most health, which means all of that is applied to the other supports. Half of his health is gone. So if it's Groot, 900 health, 450, well, I don't think a strategist is really going to be surviving that once he slams into the wall. So good luck with that. Try not to get captured. He also becomes immune to CC. Fully immune to CC. But he can still get shot in the back. And there you have it. The unstoppable Juggernaut. And how he would be brought into Marvel Rivals. But is he too broken? Let me know in the comments. What abilities would you give him? And who do you want to see in the next video? Comment down below who you'd like. And if you liked the video, go ahead and subscribe. My name has been Will. Laters.
This message is irrelevant!
If you play a Vanguard, also help. Also half. There you go.